Good morning, children. We are going to discuss another new topic, new epithelium, that is called glandular epithelium. What is that? Glandular epithelium. So, how this one will be formed, we are going to discuss. Some of cuboidal, okay, cuboidal and columnar cells. Some of cuboidal and columnar cells get specialized, get specialized, okay, get specialized for secretion, for secretion, get specialized for secretion and are called glandular epithelium. Glandular epithelium. Okay, they are mainly two types. How many types? They divided into the glandular epithelium is divided into two types. Unicellular epithelial glandular cells. What is that one? Where this one? Unicellular glands. Goblet cells. Example, goblet cells. Okay. Goblet cells of the alimentary canal. Okay, alimentary canal. This point also you should have to remember. The next one, multicellular. We call first one is unicellular, second one multicellular. multicellular consisting of cluster of cells. What you call cluster of cells. Okay, children, this cluster of cells are best example where we can see in the sense there are salivary glands. Okay, next, on the basis of mode of pouring of their secretion, on the basis of, okay, children, pouring of their secretions, pouring of their secretions. On the basis of pouring of their secretions, glands are divided into two categories. Number one, exocrine glands. Number two, what you call endocrine glands. Exocrine glands and endocrine glands. The exocrine gland secretes what you called exocrine glands secretes what they will do, mucus. Number one, saliva. Number two, earwax. Number three, oil. Number four, milk. Number five, digestive enzymes. Okay, children, and other cell products. These points you should have to remember. Other cell products. Okay, children. Next one. These products released through ducts. These released through ducts. Okay, children, are tubes. Released through ducts are what is called tubes. In contrast, endocrine glands do not have ducts. In endocrine glands do not have, what I said, do not have ducts. Okay, children, do not have the ducts. Their secretions are called, these gland secretions are called, hormones. What you called? Hormones. These secretions are called hormones. Okay, children. So these hormones directly, this point you should have to remember, directly into the fluid, okay, into the fluid, bathing the gland, bathing the gland. Okay, children, this point you also remember. Next, you have to, exocrine glands are classified as, up to here, okay. Now, exocrine glands. These exocrine glands are classified. Exocrine glands are classified as unicellular, number 1, unicellular, number 2, multicellular glands. What are called? Unicellular and multicellular glands. This point also have to remember. The multicellular glands, these multicellular glands further classified based on the structure. Based on the structure, they will be classified simple and compound. Simple and compound glands. Simple and compound glands. Okay, now based on their secretions, okay, based on their secretory units. Okay, this one also you have to remember. Secretory units, based on their secretory units. Okay, children, these are classified into, based on their secretory units. These all are, number 1, what you called tubular, number 2, alveolar, number 3, tubulo alveolar. These points also you should have to remember. Okay, children, this is called acinus. What you called? Acinus. So now observe very carefully. Some of the cuboidal and columnar cells, cube shaped cells, and long, what you call, columnar cells. Cube and columnar cells get specialized for secretion and are called, what you call that kind of epithelium? Glandular epithelium. Which one? Cuboidal and columnar cells get specialized for secretion and are called glandular epithelium. The glandular epithelium, 2 types. Number 1, unicellular. Number 2, multicellular. So unicellular examples, only one cell, suppose like this group of cells will be there. In this, one cell only will be secretes the, what you called, the secretions. This kind of cells, this is a basement room, this kind of cells is there, goblet cells. What you called? Goblet cells of the alimentary canal. Goblet cells of alimentary canal, which secretes the which one? Mucus. The second one, multicellular, consisting of cluster of cells. Multicellular consisting of which one? The cluster of cells. Example where we can see they will be located on the, what they are examples of these multicellular glands. Example, salivary glands. What is called? Salivary glands. On the basis of pouring of their secretions, these glands, so they secretes some substances or not? Based on their pouring of their secretions, the glands are divided into 2 types. What are those? Exocrine glands and endocrine glands. Exocrine glands secrete mucus Again, I am repeating, exo, out. They have ducts. Exocrine glands have the ducts. You should remember. Exocrine glands secretes mucus, saliva, earwax, oil, milk, digestive enzymes, and other cell products. They are released through ducts or tubes. So this point you should have to remember. Tubes or ducts. Which one? Exocrine glands. You know mucus. You know saliva. Saliva is there or not in our mouth? Earwax also coming out through the ducts. That's why exocrine glands have which one? Through the ducts. In next gland, endocrine glands. Next type of glands, endocrine glands, they do not have the duct. This is a neat bit. Exocrine glands do not have the ducts. Their secretions are called, what do you call those secretions? Those secretions are called, what do you call? Hormones. This is only, this endocrine system only chemical coordination. Okay, in it we will discuss. Next, directly, one duct's not there. Then what they will do, how they will secrete? The endocrine gland secretes directly into the fluid bathing the gland. So where the gland is bathing, that fluid directly they will secrete. Suppose blood in the sense, they will secrete directly into the blood. Exocrines are, exocrine, again, exocrine glands are classified as unicellular, multicellular, based on their size structure. Okay, unicellular and multicellular. Single cell and more cells. Again, multicellular, based on their structure, they again divide into simple and compound glands. Okay, simple and compound glands. Again, this multicellular, based on their secretory units, how they will be secretes? They will be tubular, tube-like structure is there in the sense, tubular, acinous, tubulo-alveolar. Like that, the multicellular glands will be there in our body. Okay, children. So, next, one more type is there. This glandular epithelium, one more type is there. What is that one more type glandular epithelium? We are going to discuss. The one more type of glandular epithelium, number one, merocrine. Next, holocrine and apocrine. Merocrine, holocrine and apocrine. So this kind of glands will be there. Mode of secretion based upon what I said. Mode of mode of secretion. Which one? The glands. Okay, based upon the mode of secretion, exocrine glands. What you call exocrine glands? Divided into, what you call exocrine divided into merocrine, holocrine, apocrine glands. Okay, children, observe very carefully. Now the flow chart we will be discuss completely about this one. Okay, tubular based on the secretory units, tubular, alveolar, tubulo-alveolar, and based upon the mode of secretion of exocrine glands, they are merocrine, apocrine, holocrine. Okay, children, like that, the division will be there. Okay, children, observe very carefully. Glandular epithelium. This glandular epithelium divided into glandular epithelium is divided like this. Glandular epithelium. Endocrine glands. Number two, exocrine glands. Endocrine glands and exocrine glands. The exocrine glands divided into unicellular, what you called unicellular and multicellular. Unicellular and multicellular. Multicellular glands, they divided into what you called number two, based on structure. Based on structure. Okay, based on structure, they divided into what is called simple glands. Simple glands. Number two, compound glands. Simple glands and what we call compound glands. Next, based on their secretory units, based on their secretory units, based on their secretory units. Number one, tubular. Number two, alveolar, tubular, alveolar, and tubulo-alveolar. Like this, the parts are there: tubular, alveolar, alveolar also called acinus. What is called acinus, and tubulo-alveolar. Like that will be there. Based on their mode of secretion. Based on their mode of secretion. Their mode of secretion. Based upon their mode of secretion, number one, merocrine. Number two, holocrine. Merocrine, holocrine, apocrine. This point you should have to remember. Okay, children, observe very carefully. So, glandular epithelium divided into what you call endocrine glands. Exocrine. Endocrine glands means you know very well. No ducts. They secretes which one? You know very well. What you call hormones directly into the blood. Okay, directly they release into the blood. Exocrine glands divided into two ducts. Exo means ducts. They have with you very well ducts. Exocrine glands are divided into two types: unicellular and multicellular. Okay, children. Unicellular, what I said, example, what I said, goblet cells, I said. It secretes the mucus in the joint digestive tract. Multicellular. Multicellular divided into three phases, based on structure, based on their secretory units, based on their mode of secretion. So, multicellular based on structure, number one, there will be simple glands and compound glands. Number two, based on their secretory units, tubular, alveolar, or acinus, and tubulo-alveolar. Based on their mode of secretion, merocrine, holocrine, apocrine. Like that, the exocrine glands will be there in the which one? Classification will be there. Next, we are going to discuss about what we called compound epithelium. What we called compound epithelium. The compound epithelium mainly is multi-layer. Multi-layers will be. These are simple epitheliums. Simple epithelium. Now we are going to discuss about compound epithelium. What you call compound epithelium. Okay, children, observe very carefully. Compound epithelium. So first one is made of more than, I said no, more than one layer. Okay, more than one layer. This point also very important point. More than one layer, or how can you say? It will be say multi-layered. Compound epithelium is also called multi-layered epithelium. Okay, more than one layer of cells. More than one layer of cells, and thus had a limited role. Had a limited, not that much, limited role for what? Limited role in secretion, and what you call absorption. Limited role in the secretion and absorption. This point also important. The compound epithelium. Okay, children. Next point. The compound epithelium may be stratified. The compound epithelium. Okay, the compound epithelium may be, okay, maybe first one, stratified and transitional. Stratified and transitional. Okay, children, this point is very important. Transitional. Their main function is, what is the main function? The main function is to provide protection. Main function of this compound epithelium is provide, what do you call? Provide protection. This point important. Provide protection. Okay, children. Next, from provide protection against what? Against, okay, against chemical and mechanical stresses. So mechanical stresses. This point you should have to remember. Next point, the compound epithelium covers. What are the main point? Very important bit. Covers the dry surface. First one, dry surface of the skin. Dry surface of the skin. Second one, the moist surface of buccal cavity. Moist surface of buccal cavity. Okay, children. Next, the third one, we are going to discuss about what is called, covers the pharynx. Next, it covers the inner lining of ducts of salivary glands. Ducts of salivary glands. Ducts of salivary glands. And of pancreatic ducts. And of pancreatic ducts. Okay, children, this point you should have to remember. Inner lining of ducts of salivary glands and of pancreatic ducts. There are 4 types of compound epithelium. How many types? 4 types of compound epitheliums. Okay, 4 types of compound epithelium. What are those? Number 1, stratified. First one, stratified squamous epithelium. Number 1. Number 2, what is called, this stratified squamous epithelium is of 2 types. Again, the stratified squamous epithelium is of 2 types called keratinized type. What is called? Keratinized. Okay, keratinized type, where it will be dry epidermis of the skin. Dry epidermis of the skin. This is a very important point. Next one, what is the next type? Non-keratinized. No keratin pigment. Non-keratinized. Okay, non-keratinized type, mainly where it will be present, non-keratin, moist lining of what you called esophagus. Number 1. Number 2, mouth. Number 3, conjunctiva of the eyes. Conjunctiva of eyes. Number 4, that is the most important, vagina. What is called? Vagina. Like that, different parts there will be present. Next, one more epithelium. What is that epithelium? The stratified compound epithelium. Next, the stratified compound epithelium. The stratified compound epithelium. Okay, children. The stratified compound epithelium mostly found in the where it will be ducts of sweat glands, ducts of sweat glands. Okay, children. Ducts of sweat glands and mammary glands and mammary glands. Okay, children. This point also very important. Okay, children. Stratified cuboidal epithelium. Okay, stratified, what is that? Cuboidal. Okay, stratified cuboidal epithelium present in ducts of sweat glands and mammary glands. Okay, children, observe very carefully. It's a must ensured. Very important neat bits are there in this case. So, compound, in the name itself, answer is there. What is compound? More than one layer, multi-layered. More than one layer means nothing but multi-layered. So more than one layer cells are there in the sense they have limited. What is this one? That is called compound epithelium. More than one layer of cells, and thus had a limited in secretion, not complete involved in the secretion and absorption. Very limited role in the secretion and absorption. The compound epithelium may be stratified and transitional. So many layers and which will be shows the expansion also. So the compound epithelium may be stratified and transitional. Now main function of the compound epithelium, number one, provides the protection against chemical and mechanical stresses. What is this compound epithelium main function? This point important. They provides protection against the chemical and mechanical stresses. Next, this compound epithelium covers the dry surface of the skin, moist surface of buccal cavity, pharynx, inner lining of ducts of salivary glands and pancreatic ducts. Where this compound epithelium is present? Dry surface of the skin, moist surface of buccal cavity, pharynx, inner lining of ducts of salivary glands and of pancreatic ducts. There will be 4 types of compound epitheliums. What are the compound epithelium 4 types? So there will be there, but today first one we will discuss. What are those one? The first one is very important. What is that one? Stratified squamous epithelium. Okay, what are the 4 types? Stratified squamous epithelium, stratified cuboidal epithelium, stratified columnar epithelium and transitional epithelium. Like that 4 are there. But today we'll discuss only 2. What are the one? What are the 2 one? First one, 4 types of compound epithelium. In the first one, stratified squamous epithelium. The stratified squamous epithelium divided into 2 types based upon the keratin. Keratin pigment is there in the sense, what we call that is keratinized type of stratified squamous epithelium. Stratified squamous keratinized epithelium. Where this keratinized stratified squamous epithelium is located? On the dry epidermis of the skin. Right now what we are seeing on your skin, that is keratinized. Next, non-keratinized in the sense without any keratin. Where it will be present? Non-keratinized stratified squamous epithelium present moist lining of esophagus, you know very well, mouth, conjunctiva of eyes and vagina. The stratified cuboid epithelium, second one, this is squamous epithelium. This is cuboidal epithelium. The stratified cuboidal epithelium located in the ducts of sweat glands and mammary glands. The stratified cuboidal epithelium present on duct of stratified and squamous epithelium. Next 2 are there. What are those 2? Stratified columnar epithelium and transitional epithelium. What are 2 are there? Stratified, okay, stratified columnar epithelium, okay, and what is this one? Next one, transitional epithelium. So next to these 2, transitional epithelium, what you called transitional epithelium. Okay, these two. Which one is stratified columnar epithelium? Transitional epithelium will be discussed in the next class. Thank you, children. We'll meet in the next class. Thank you very much.